Bethesda's upcoming space RPG Starfield has been building up excitement since its announcement teaser in 2018. With its release date drawing closer in September, fans are eagerly waiting to see what the game has in store. But with great expectations comes great responsibility, and Bethesda needs to nail a few key elements to make Starfield the next big open-world space RPG. So in today's video, we will explore 5 things that Starfield needs to get right in order to be a massive success. From immersive world building to engaging gameplay, these factors will play a crucial role in determining the success of the game. So whether you're a die-hard Bethesda fan eagerly awaiting the game's release or simply curious what Starfield needs to get right when it releases, make sure to continue watching until the end of the video. First up is an immersive world. The first thing that Starfield needs to get right is creating an open world that doesn't feel empty and barren. A vast open universe is a crucial aspect of any space game, but if it lacks meaningful content, players will quickly lose interest. No Man's Sky suffered greatly from this during its launch and have only recently in the past few years after many updates resolved some of these issues, and is now a big hit and enjoyable game of the spacefaring genre. Bethesda, on the other hand, will not have the same treatment because of the big history of the studio. With great and immersive rich games like Skyrim and Fallout 4 and the big disappointment that was Fallout 76, the expectation for Starfield is at a very high point. Fans and non-fans alike are eagerly waiting for Starfield, and they might not be so forgiving. In a game that boasts a universe with 1,000 planets as Bethesda claims, it's essential that each planet has its own unique identity and provides players with a reason to explore. Otherwise, the vast scale of the world will serve no purpose at all. Bethesda RPGs tend to be exceptionally great when it comes to the game world. It's rich, filled with lore, activity, and secrets for the players to explore. Starfield also needs to have a sense of purpose and discovery. Bethesda should take cues from their previous games and fill the world with side activities, places to explore, and characters to meet. The possibilities are endless, but it's up to Bethesda to make sure that the universe feels alive and exciting. If you're enjoying or finding the video helpful so far, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more Starfield and other open world RPG news and guides. Thanks! Next up is good performance at launch. Performance is undoubtedly one of the biggest concerns surrounding Starfield. Bethesda's track record with performance issues in their previous games is no secret and has caused frustration among players. While the modding community has often come to the rescue, this shouldn't be the case with Starfield. Bethesda needs to prioritize performance and ensure that the game runs smoothly, as this will be crucial to the overall player experience. The gameplay trailer has already shown some signs of concerning performance, which is worrying considering that trailers are usually supposed to showcase the best parts of the game. If the best parts of Starfield are already showing performance issues, it raises questions about what the other parts of the game will look like. People playing these games are sick of playing new games that are broken or hardly finished when they launch, like Cyberpunk 2077 and No Man's Sky in the past few years. This will spell doom for Starfield if it suffers from the same issues. In order to provide players with a smooth and seamless experience, Bethesda must ensure that the game doesn't suffer from frequent frame drops, glitches, and long loading times. While open world games often have performance issues, this shouldn't come at the cost of the scale of the world. Another big concern is that Starfield may not even offer 60 FPS performance mode for Xbox S or S at launch, if they follow the same footsteps of Redfall earlier this year. This is speculation based on past hints, but it's still a possibility that Starfield may not receive a 60 FPS performance mode at launch. It's also possible that Bethesda could work on a post-launch performance update similar to what they're doing with Redfall. What are your thoughts on Starfield maybe releasing without a 60 FPS performance mode? Let me know in the comments below. Next up is exploration and replayability. Bethesda has been portraying Starfield as a massive RPG with over 1,000 different planets to explore, which sounds incredible at first. However, upon closer inspection, this raises concerns about the game's exploration and replayability. A significant portion of these planets will be procedurally generated, and according to Bethesda, many of them will feature nothing but ice and desert landscapes. This leaves only a small portion of Goldilocks planets that are mostly handcrafted and offer more activity, depth, and liveliness. These curated planets offer a more personal and unique experience, with handcrafted landscapes, NPCs, and quests that encourage exploration and replayability. While the scale of Starfield is undeniably impressive, the fear is that many of the larger procedurally generated planets will end up feeling the same, leading to a loss of interest and exploration after a few planets. This may occur due to asset reuse, leading to a sense of sameness that could dampen the game's sense of mystery and excitement. To prevent this, Bethesda must incorporate unique environmental hazards, varied terrain, and diverse alien wildlife to create a sense of discovery and wonder in each planet. These unique features would make exploring each planet more exciting and encourage players to continue exploring the vast universe of Starfield. Moreover, Bethesda has already utilized procedural generation on the open world in their past games, indicating their expertise in achieving a balance between procedurally generated landscapes and handcrafted ones to avoid repetitiveness. And we hope they can replicate this in Starfield as well, even with the bigger scale. Next up is the combat system. As an action RPG, the combat system will be a crucial aspect of the game that can make or break the player's experience. While Bethesda's previous RPGs have been widely acclaimed, they have not always hit the mark when it comes to gunplay and melee combat, which is a cause for concern. Based on the gameplay trailer, the gunplay in Starfield feels lackluster. The shooting mechanics should be satisfying and impactful, with weapons that feel weighty and powerful. Players should be able to feel the impact of their attacks, and enemies should react in a believable and satisfying manner. Of course, it's not fair to judge the entire combat system on a few frames from a gameplay trailer, and Bethesda may be pushing Starfield more towards the role-playing space exploration and story aspects and may not have gone into the deep end when it comes to the combat mechanics. But from the gameplay trailers alone, it is fair to assume that there is room for improvement with the gunplay of Starfield. Bethesda has to learn from its previous RPGs when it comes to combat. While their games have been widely acclaimed for their immersive worlds and engaging storytelling, the combat has not always lived up to expectations. Therefore, it is essential that Bethesda takes the time to refine the gunplay and melee combat in Starfield to keep players engaged and invested in the game. We'll find out soon if they've done this on the June showcase, and of course when the game releases in September. Next up is to have an impressive ship customization. As an upcoming space RPG, Starfield needs to meet certain expectations to truly immerse players in its universe. One such expectation is that it will have extensive ship customization options, which I believe is not just a concern but a necessity for the game's success. Having a variety of customization options not only adds to the game's immersion but also provides players with a sense of ownership and pride. It is not enough to simply be able to change the color scheme of the ship. Players should have the ability to customize every aspect of their ship, from its exterior design to its internal components. This includes not only the ship's color scheme and exterior shape, but also its weapon loadout, engines, power supply, and shields. Without intending to criticize No Man's Sky again, it's worth noting that the game still lacks comprehensive ship customization. Hence, incorporating this feature right from the beginning in Starfield's launch would give it an advantage over the similar space game. Fortunately, it seems that Starfield's developers have already incorporated a modular customization system for spaceships. This system allows players to choose from a variety of different components to create a ship that is tailored to their playstyle. This not only makes the ship feel like a natural extension of the player's character, but also adds an element of strategy and customization to the game. In conclusion, extensive ship customization is not just a nice-to-have feature, but a crucial aspect of any space-themed RPG. It allows players to express their creativity and personal style while also adding to the game's overall immersion and sense of ownership. With Starfield's modular customization options, I am hopeful that the game will deliver on this expectation and provide players with a truly customizable and immersive gameplay experience. Let me know what are your biggest concerns about Starfield and what you think of it so far. I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and if you did, please make sure to leave a like and hit the subscribe button for more Starfield and other open world RPG news and guides. Even with these concerns, Starfield is still gearing up to be one of the best releases of 2023. Here's a video about 7 huge Starfield reveals that you need to know before it releases. This was Kale, and I'll see you in the next video.